Hey there guys, gals, fans, and pals, your buddy JohnMegacycle here. Another episode of the April 2022 Bloons Tower Defense 6 tournament kicking off. This is a 2v2 matchup, so we got doubles is the way I've been calling it. Let's take a quick moment, let's go over the rules real quick, a couple things that we wanted to do to make the competition even and fair for all parties involved. First off, this is a best of 3 style, so these guys are going to face off each other up to 3 times to win. That means also no monkey knowledge. We want to keep everything nice and even there. Only the first 4 heroes are allowed. Quincy, Gwendolyn, Striker, Jones, Oben, Greenfoot. Also, no instant monkeys, no instant abilities, no Paragon Towers. Those are the rules. We have those rules in place to keep everything pretty easy, pretty even for all those involved. We have CreaperKiler and Cow on the left, PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha on the right. Wow, both starting exactly the same, Oben, Greenfoot. Oben Greenfoot is not affordable right out the gate by any single player, so a little bit of money transfer had to be done. And we've already seen that. You can see their monies are already mismatched. So that's the reason why. One player has to shovel at least $100, $150, something like that, to afford Oben Greenfoot right out the gate. So this is an interesting map. This map is called Mesa. And the thing that makes this map really interesting is there's a bit of a height differential. And we talked about that in the previous matchup between JohnMegacycle and Shotgun versus Hydra and James the Gaming Nerd. Okay, second Oben Greenfoot on the left side for CreaperKiler and Cow. So that's an interesting loadout. This is going to be overwhelming for Oben Greenfoot on the right side there. Already 12 lives lost. Not the worst thing ever. This is an early round. A couple of lives for a hit isn't that big of a deal. But Oben Greenfoot is a really strong hero, giving a lot of benefits to fellow druids. Also, other magical type monkeys, I believe. Oben Greenfoot also has like a spike pit ability, the Bramble Shambles, or whatever that's called. And also a bit of an idea for like other ways to make money. Holy crap. Already a banana farm, round 7 on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. That's very early economy. I think that might be the earliest economy we've seen in the tournament. That's ridiculous. More money changing hands on the left side for CreaperKiler and Cow. Yeah. We've got some pretty skilled players with this matchup. I'm really curious to see how this is going to pan out. A few more lives lost on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. A druid getting laid out. Pretty straightforward there. Like I said, Oben Greenfoot gives a lot of benefit to fellow druids. I believe better range, better pierce, better fire speed, attack speed, that sort of a thing. So there's quite a bit of room there. Right now we're on wave 9 and 10, left and right, respectively, for both the players. Also, 150 lives for CreaperKiler and Cow, as opposed to PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha's 137 lives. Again, a couple of lives lost in the beginning is not that big of a deal. When we get to the later rounds, life loss is going to be like an instant kill because of how many balloons there is potentially. I'm still really amazed seeing this banana farm already kicking off. It really looks like there's a lot of money transferring over to PyroMusical. Still, I think that's how that's playing out. Banana farm on the left side for CreaperKiler and Cow. We didn't get to see the layout of the players, so I didn't get to see which side was what. And it keeps flashing, and I'm slow. I didn't get to see who was on what side. Oh my, deep breaths, deep breaths. We'll get this. We'll get this. Okay, so on the right screen, PyroMusical's in the upper left area. BlueOceanGacha's in the bottom right. So this map, actually, something to mention, this map is divided from the lower left to the upper right. So it's cut that way. So players can't just build willy-nilly. This is a split that's very similar to the last matchup we had on Geared. Geared was also split up this way, which added to a bit of complexity because the map rotated, right? So that adds a little bit to it. Second druid on the right side. Looks like an engineer monkey going up on the left. I'm interested to see... Oh, take that all back. Not too sure what's going on the left side there. So players can certainly have their own custom skins for stuff. So the balloon size might be different. There might be googly eyes on the balloons. There might be heart-shaped or whatever. none of that matters. None of that changes gameplay. Okay, a little bit of bleed through on that left side there. 14 lives got lost. But also, a boomerang monkey has been placed. Or maybe that's a ninja. Hard to see from this angle. Not a lot of movement, not a lot of new stuff happening on either side quite yet. A little more money trading hands. A second banana farm, round 15. That's ridiculous. So what's really happening right now is BlueOceanGacha is feeding Pyro. So Pyro can ramp up his economy really hard. What I would guess is that the money's going to come back to BlueOceanGacha, then BlueOceanGacha can fill in the areas that they are missing in the bottom right. That is, in fact, a ninja monkey on the left side. I now see with the headband. Was that Hidden Leaf Village? It's hard to see from here. I'm kind of zoomed out. Second farm on the left side. Interesting loadout. What I've loved about this tournament so far, and same thing with the first tournament when we did the singles match, is these players are not playing exactly the same way. So what I'm happy to see is, like, I don't think anyone went to YouTube and Googled all the best strats and is just playing a script. We're seeing different plays from each of the players. Minor similarities here and there, but we're not seeing a play for play. A little bit of bleed through on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. A little more life lost, but again, 1 or 2 lives isn't that big of a deal. We've also seen in the singles match, if we recall, PyroMusical took a round, or 2 rounds was it, of damage. Didn't place a single tower just so he could afford Open Greenfoot as quickly as possible. A little more bleed through on that right side. Makes that a little dicey. That ninja's paying off pretty well on the left side. Ninjas are great because... I say that, there's a bit of bleed through right there. Ninjas are great because they provide camo detection. Oh my, a little bit more bleed through, but that's okay. A third banana farm was placed on both sides. So what I'm expecting with loadouts like this... Okay, a little more stuff got through on the right. What I'm expecting both of these teams to do with these kinds of builds is what I'm expecting is a bit of life lost in the beginning. Not that big of a deal. See, we just saw a camo balloon get lost on the right side. Just fluttered right past. There's no camo detection. And now that I say that, there's a sniper. So what I'm expecting to see is a little bit of life loss, but there's also a very heavy ramp up of economy. So I'm expecting both these players to easily get to wave, I would say 80 or 100, right around there, because of how heavy the economy ramp up is. That sniper is a 100 on the left side, freshly added. The sniper on the right side has no promotions whatsoever. So if that's how they're going to handle stealth detection on the right side, that's going to be interesting. We need to see the NVGs, the night vision goggles, to make that work. The ninja on the left side is doing a lot of work with stealth detection and working that over. These banana farms I'm going to expect on the left side are going to be maybe 3-2-0s, right around there. So they're aiming for a lot of production. Also valuable bananas. On the right side, we saw everything get sold out for a bank. Banks are a fine way to make some coin. Still a little more bleed through. The lives right now are 123 on the left, 104 on the right. We started with 150. So some attrition has been claimed. But that being said, again, there's other mechanisms to gain more lives. So a little loss here and there in the early rounds, not super worried about it. Second banana farm getting redeployed on the right side. That's going to take a while, but I'm sure it's going to turn into a bank. Round 40 is one of the highlighted rounds. That's where we're going to first see a Moab. And it's as I said before with the rest of this tournament, depending on how that's handled, we're going to see exactly how the rest of the tournament's going to work. If they have a really hard time with the Moab, if we don't see a change in posture, that's going to be difficult. A little more life loss on the left, attack thrower on the left, or sorry, life loss on the right, attack thrower on the left. Oh my gosh, it's hard to commentate with so much action going on. I'm sure I'm missing a ton of stuff. But that's okay. That's okay. All right. On the right side, the Druids have matured. I believe those are probably 203s, 204s, something like that. I didn't get a good look at the screen. And maybe those are from BlueOceanGacha, so maybe that was built that way. Bunch of camo just fluttering through on the right side. So that sniper on the right side has NVGs now, but I don't think anything else. So ability to target camos, absolutely. But, like, no way to deal with lead balloons, if that's a thing. Still money changing hands. Oh, it's a 0. They were 003s. Okay. So that's interesting on the right side for the druids. Oh man, like I have 2 seconds to just think. We got a crossbowman on the left. Crossbow monkey. Or actually, that's a dart thrower monkey evolved into a crossbow. So you don't place a crossbow straight up. I think crossbow is 003? I could be wrong on that. I'm not really entirely sure. So we're getting very close. Next round for the left, it's Moab time. PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha have a few more rounds before their Moab shows up, but there's also a 33 life gap right now. These guys are pretty close in wave and everything. So there's a request for money. Some money's changing hands. Okay, getting the ceramic. Okay, so there's a Moab on the left. Let's take a gander at that. Very nicely handled. Not a lot of issue. On the right side, tons of camo bleeding through down to 54 lives. I'm really liking the economy ramp up. That's really good to see. But what I'm still not seeing is a serious answer to camouflaged balloons. That's dangerous, right? We've already lost, what would that be, 96 lives on that right side. You gotta treat lives like any other resource. Whenever I play Magic the Gathering and I try to explain it to a new player, lives are valuable. Your life points are valuable, right? You get 20 of them, but you have to consider them like any other resource. Is there a way you can manipulate or leverage your life to maybe take some damage early in the early game and not block everything to ramp up a bigger force later? You know, it's something to just consider, keep in mind. So I wouldn't say either of these teams, like one is doing better than the other right now, but we're seeing some stronger sides economically also on the left. There's a ton of money going on that ridge. Again, on the right side, bunch of camos just went past. 32 lives are left. What I would hope to see on the right side is either a monkey village with the camo detection or something like that. That would be a good thing to see, because then all those druids could actually be camo detecting marauders. The crossbow monkey on the left side does have camo detection, it seems. I don't know if they gain camo detection. I never played with the dart monkey, to be honest. The bread and butter of Bloons Tower Defense, and I never really played with them much. On the right side, we're obviously seeing a lot of arc lightning. That's a 200 upgrade for the druids. That works out very nicely. I personally like the Druid of the Jungle upgrade. That's one of my favorites. Oh my gosh. A 402 ready for Moab. That might be... Oh, that does some damage, but that was still fairly close on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. Interesting stuff. A lot of this economic ramp-up is beautiful to see, but again, it can be very dangerous. You can get a little too gutsy with it, and just one wave played wrong, and everything can go absolutely, positively, completely sideways. So something to think about, something to consider. Okay, Monkey Village on the right side, exactly as I was hoping for. Hoping for the... Yep, now the camo detection's not an issue on that right side. Left side, even bigger economic ramp up, absolutely. More banana farms like crazy. Very strong economic showing. Very impressed. So the banana farms on the left, I believe, have been built as 320s. It's going to give a lot of production and also valuable bananas, which makes the bananas even more, spoiler alert, valuable. Alright, Moabs are now becoming the regular order of business. We're on round 50 on the left side. So we're going to see just the blue Moabs just popping up a lot more regularly. Round 60, we're going to see the big red. I can't remember the names. I've had so many people fill me in, just direct message on Discord. It's like, hey John, look in the tournament. By the way, the red ones are called, and the black ones are called, and the green ones are called. I super appreciate that, but my brain is bad. So that camo detection on the right side is absolutely paying off. We're seeing those arc lightnings really doing some damage. That sniper is a 003. Absolutely incredible fire rate. And now we're seeing some promotions. Yep. Large caliber rounds. That thing is going to annihilate balloons, which is good. Putting the snipers right where we're seeing snipers be built is excellent because that exact position can cover anywhere on the map. There's no blockage, so that works out very well. Starting to see a little bit more money development on the right side. Left side, it's just a cornucopia of money. I wonder if we're going to see a Monkeyopolis? I believe might be the upgrade that consolidates all the farms into one monkey village, and then you have a ton of extra room. You can build way more stuff. So we're going to see how that pans out. Not too sure how that's going to fly on that left side. But land is a very valuable asset, all in its own right. It's another resource you've got to pay attention to. Kicking out all kinds of money everywhere. Oh, man. This is getting dicey. It's getting really, really dicey. I see a tack factory. I'm not too sure. A spike factory? I keep forgetting what that's called. On the left side, at the very end of the track. That is, I think, a 003 in terms of promotions. That's just going to be kicking out tacks nonstop. It's a fine line of defense. Don't rely on them 100%. Like, it's a good insurance policy, but don't make that your only strat. That can get really dicey really quick. They can get easily overwhelmed without the right upgrades. But I think I'm seeing the longevity upgrades. I think that's a 004. Smart tax, I think that is. Okay, starting to see a little more tack upgrade on each line. It's not a bad play. More druids on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. We've seen the tons of druid strat before in the singles tournament as well. It pays off nicely. They get a ton of boosts from Oban Greenfoot. Pierce, attack speed. There's some others I don't remember, but it's a pretty solid move. That left side is looking really good. Still at 123 lives. So CreaperKiler and Cow still have a very nice life insurance policy for a while to keep the game going. Still contemplating, I see them pulling that engineer once in a while. Still contemplating that engineer. What I'm actually curious to see is I haven't seen a Dartling gunner. There's plenty of path, especially on that top path. There's plenty of distance there. A Dartling gunner might do some serious good work. You know, hard to know, hard to say, hard to tell. So on that left side, we're about to hit round 60. The right side, I think there might be some communication between PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha how to continue the rest of this. Red Moab on that left gets popped. I'm just gonna call it Color and Moab. That's a victory for CreaperKiler and Cow. They've completed the match. So now they're going to redo their stuff. And they're going to get that all going on. Okay, I'm seeing some mouse movement on the right side. Maybe just a bit of a delay there. Not that big of a deal. Players must be just communicating. I'm sure they're on a voice chat or whatever. Oh, a little stuttering there. Maybe a network connection issue? Not too entirely sure. Oh, okay. I bet you any money there was a disconnect. I bet there was a disconnect. So Pyro would have received all the money. We're going to have to verify that. Yeah, it actually looks like he might be able to build anywhere. I don't consider that against the rules. They started together. I've played with BlueOceanGacha in the past. There are times where his internet is just terrible. In this case, I would assume this to be no different than someone shoveling all the money to the other player to just do the building. That is within the rules. I mean, I didn't put any rules against it, and that is, they started the game co-op style, so I wonder if that might have happened on the right. Because of the delay and it just sitting there a while. Interesting. So we're gonna have to wait and see as if Pyro builds a thing. If that he can build it anywhere at all. little money, chit-chat conversations on the left side there. Okay, money definitely changing hands. Getting that sniper leveled up to even faster fire rate. I think the 004 is just a straight up 3 times faster, or something ridiculous. And that effectively turns the sniper rifle into a belt-fed chain gun? 50 cal Raptor style? I have no idea, honestly. PyroMusical considering Pop Lust for his... Is that what the fourth one is? So their Druids of Wrath right now is a 203. Yeah, Pop Lust is a 204. And those Druids are going to absolutely annihilate a lot of the low stuff that comes through without issue. It's some of the heavier tiered stuff I'm still concerned about, but more banana farms on the right side. Left side, we've seen a maturity of the economics. Let's talk about that a little bit. Also a frost monkey or a chill monkey, refrigerator monkey. I forget his name too. I rarely use him. In the bottom left side of the screen. Moabs are becoming more frequent on the right side for PyroMusical. He's up to round 57, round 65 on that left side. So as I was saying before, based on how these guys have ramped up their economy, I honestly don't see any issue for them to get past 80, 90, 100. That would be my expectation at this rate. That's, yeah, starting that economy very, very early, I think really paid off. I always love the sniper with the full attack speed upgrades. It's just such a treat to watch. It's ridiculous. Oh, he's a Mr. Freeze. Okay, Mr. Freeze on the left side. Yeah, that's going to do some very heavy damage. Slow everything down a bit. It's a very nice combo. Very nice piece of work. More economy for Pyro on the right side. We've seen this before out of PyroMusical when he played the singles. I think he'll build up a bunch of these banks, and what'll happen is he'll just sell them out and then build like a mega plantation. But you need a couple 100,000, what, like 200,000 to make that work or something? Another monkey village on the right side. I'd be curious. I didn't know if their abilities stacked, but that might be what's going on. An alchemist monkey. Yeah, definitely a 420 to increase attack rate. We're also seeing that on the left side as well. So now we're starting to see also a clearing of area. I wonder how the left team, CreaperKiler and Cow, are going to use that new area, that new space. They just cleared a ton of space. And PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha have completed the match. So they're at wave 61 once they hit go. And these guys are going to go as far as they possibly can. The determining factor of who's victorious is the final wave they're on. So let's say PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha, it's a lot of words, get to around like 110. CreaperKiler and Cow have to get to 111, signifying they beat 110. That makes them the winners. Really heavy economy for both these teams. Monkey Village on the left side. It does have the ability for camo detection and everything. That one at the top is actually, at minimum, it's a 030. But you see the jungle drums, I think, on the left side, so that makes it a 230. Better attack speed, faster attack speed, can see camo, can attack camo, and actually can damage anything. So that's really good. Also, a second Monkey Village on the left side. It's at minimum a 220. That gives it, again, faster fire rate and can attack camo. So that's pretty darn cool. Crates and crates and crates of bananas getting kicked out on that left side. Right side, another Alchemist Monkey. I didn't realize how many Alchemist Monkeys you needed to really keep a consistent attack bonus, but apparently you need a lot. Even more banks on that right side. That's incredible. So, these players have proven they can take out a blue and a red Moab without an issue. I'd love to see how these guys handle the green ones or the black ones. I think the black ones are called DDTs. Gosh, I should really read my notes before I start commentating, but I was super excited to get to this match. And this whole tournament has been a real treat to host. It's been a lot of fun. Absolutely. I've really enjoyed the format. All the players have been very polite and cordial. This has been a lot of good stuff. We were also able to do prizes last tournament. Now I'm going to do prizes again this tournament. But yeah, it's really great for people to really just get to know other gamers, have fun with it, and everything. Two big red boys on the right side. Okay, that, what is that? The Dark Knight, the Batman-esque. Super Monkey's really been paying off on that right side there. I don't know what it's called specifically, but it's modeled after Batman, more or less. A regular Dart Monkey on the left side. Very curious as to what the point of this is. Maybe a 500 something? I wonder what a regular Dart Monkey is going to do about stuff. Crossbow Master. Interesting. Holy cow, the money. The money just showers. It's ridiculous. Okay, a couple of Moabs on the right side. Not that big of a deal. These players have proven the blues and the reds, not an issue. Everything else, though, I'd be really curious to see. Okay, a 024 for a sharpshooter. Fair enough, on that left side. I never really gave crossbow monkeys a shot. Maybe I should really look into it now that I'm seeing this live. Or after the fact. These matches were played at least a week ago. Massive chunk of change for PyroMusical. Getting way more banks online. So let's do a little quick check here. CreaperKiler and Cow, 123 lives, round 78. PyroMusical, BlueOceanGacha, round 69 and 32 lives. Yeah, I'm very confident a disconnect happened with Blue. Allowing Pyro to build anywhere. So as I kind of mentioned before, the ruling on that is I'm letting this slide. Logic for that being is this is almost no different than if the players followed a line-by-line script to complete whatever they need to do. Is that what was I gonna say? I have no idea. So I don't see this giving Pyro a distinct advantage at all. That's the thing that we've been trying to avoid with the tournament. As we mentioned with the rules, we want to make sure that the gameplay is as fair as possible. So when it comes down to it, if you've got a ton of monkey knowledge unlocked, we want to make it very fair, and we don't want people just being able to kick all the butt in the world with all the monkey knowledge. It wouldn't make it fair to someone that's like maybe level 35 or level 40. Another super monkey on the right side. Looks like we're seeing a lot more layering defense on the left side. Those crossbow masters, holy cow. That and the snipers, they make a really good combo. CreaperKiler and Cow really holding their own here as they're ramping up their economy. Another monkey village on that left side as well. Oh, starting to see a little more economy going on here. Nice to see, nice to see. Value a 023. That's interesting. Personally, when I build my markets like that, I go 203, but not 023. So that's interesting to see. Maybe there's a strat I don't know. Who knows? The right side is 90% banks by volume. It's actually a little difficult to see what's being thrown because the banks are just all over the place. Massive economic ramp up from both teams. Yeah, these super monkeys on the right side are just going to absolutely annihilate everything, and I wonder if we're going to see the Sun God or Sun Temple or whatever that might be called. I don't remember, honestly. I've been having a lot of fun personally playing with engineer monkeys and having little personal challenges like, can I beat a map with just engineers? Can I beat a map with just tac launchers? Can I beat a map with whatever? I'm just having a lot of fun with that. Mono unit, I think is the terminology I've heard from like old StarCraft games. Like you can only pick one unit to play with. What do you pick? And you have to pick something that's either really, really, really strong in a certain aspect or enough of an all-rounder it can handle any situation. But anyway. Yep, more banana farms coming left side. Our green Moab. I know that's not the right name for it. I do apologize, but it's annihilated. That left side just rinsed it completely. That did not get even halfway down the track. More big reds on the right side. There's enough super monkeys, and the balloons are moving slow enough. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's not an issue. More alchemist monkeys going down the left side. Again, for the Berserker Brew, I'm very confident. It's going to be a 3-2-0 or a 3-0-2. I don't know too much about the alchemist monkey. I don't get to play with him much. But yeah, faster fire rate and I think also like poison darts or something they can also give. There's plenty of benefits. There's lots of ways that monkeys can help each other in this game. And it's one of the things that I've really appreciated with the Bloons Tower Defense 6. I'm an old school kid. I played the first one to death when it was on like Flash, right? When Flash was a thing. Flash is almost feeling as old as like Blockbuster, right? When I used to rent Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games, that almost feels ancient as well. Another banana farm going up on the left side. Building it as a 0-2-5 is the way they're aiming for that. The Monkey Wall Street, I think it's called. It'll actually generate lives in addition to a ton of cash. This is mind-boggling. Both these teams are doing way better than I did with Shotgun. Just the early eco, like ecoing up that early is incredibly impressive. Plenty of snipers on that left side. They're putting in the work. Those crossbowmen also have the ability to crit, which we're seeing pop up on the screen very frequently. So that's also really cool as well. Oh, and we've seen the first changeover. It happened so fast, I completely missed it. So Pyro sold absolutely everything, all the banks and everything to build the, is that the 050? The Monkey IMF whatever building that is. So it acts as a bank, I believe, and if you use the ability, you just get 10,000 monies for free. It's not a loan anymore. I think the flavor text is, when you're too big to fail. It's something like that. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, I was too busy looking at the left side, just everything just skipped. We have the Avatar of Wrath on the right side, which is going to help augment other druids. It's either the Avatar of Wrath or Pop Lost. One of those upgrades helps other druids as well. So there's a ton of stacking going on with those druids. Left side, another tack launcher or two. Tack shooter? Tack shooter, I think they're called. Tack shooter. On the right side, we're seeing a monkey village. I'm going to guess that's going to turn into a Monkeyopolis. That's strange. It turned into... Did it get turned into a Monkeyopolis immediately? Not yet. Not yet. Pyro's having a difficult time trying to figure out where to put all the stuff. There's not enough room for enough stuff. That's why I really like these maps. Makes it quite a bit more difficult. You can't just swamp everything with just stuff. You gotta plan strategically. Is this area for economy? Is this area for military? What do we do with this? Very easily, these balloons are getting just rinsed on both sides. Both these teams taking different approaches to get the same job done. Makes it pretty darn interesting. Okay, we just saw CreaperKiler is on the upper left portion of the left side of the screen with Cow on the bottom right. So Cow has been shoveling money to CreaperKiler to get his economy online, get everything moving. And I think that's paying off pretty well. There's a lot of money for both teams here. Both players and both teams. Yep, it is Monkeynomics. Monkey Economics. It's a 250. So it acts as its own bank. Oh, and looks like that was moved and transferred by PyroMusical so you could have room for more banana farms. That makes sense. So we're going to see a Monkeyopolis out of that right side. Makes perfect sense. Pyro having a difficult time trying to figure out where to get it. Two greeny meanies on that right side. Game speed is slowed. Oh, and Pyro's actually just sold everything. Going to start over. Left side, helicopter coming through with pursuit. So at a minimum, it's a 200. Bare minimum. Or maybe it's a 300, whichever one gives pursuit. I thought it was a 200 that gave pursuit. We're going to see in a second here after Cow places another one and gets it upgraded. It's hard to memorize all of the levels and stuff of everything. But the game flows pretty naturally once you get through the learning curve of stuff. It took me actually a little while to learn how everything interacts with everything else. I missed it. But Pursuit is that top tier, that top level. Helicopters are already doing work. I think we already saw some DDTs. Yeah, Pursuit is pretty amazing. It makes sure that any of the stragglers that get past your main attack wave at least have something else to deal with. Round 96 on the left, 87 on the right. So my earlier predictions were absolutely spot on, that these teams are going to have not much issue to get through these first 80, 90 waves. I think I even said 100. Like, not an issue. These monkeys on the right side for PyroMusical are absolutely doing bank against these heavier Bloons. Bloons is such a fun word to say. So I'm not seeing a ton of new towers on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. More economy work. Seeing a lot more economy stuff go on than any real new towers or anything. PyroMusical trying to get every single spot he possibly can. Is he going to sell the aircraft? No, he's not going to sell the aircraft. That would have been interesting if he did, though. We got a bunch of green meanies, big reds. Oh my gosh, there's all kinds of crap going on that left side. There's enough. I think there's got to be a good frost monkey. And yeah, there's a frost monkey going absolutely ham on that top line. So not really a big issue there. The attack towers are getting proper upgrades. Everything's moving very impressively. And now we see some DDTs on the right side. They're getting insta annihilated. The second they come within range, there's just nothing for it. There's just nothing for it. It's ridiculous. Tons of cash on the left side. Wave 100. We're seeing the purple one now. Lots of crit action going on. Lots of damage. It's already banged up pretty bad. It's about halfway through the track. And all that stuff just got stopped cold. And I literally mean cold. We got a refrigerator monkey right there. I can't remember his name. I'm going to call him Refrigerator Jones from now on. From now on, just Refrigerator Jones. Good stuff. Alright, lots of green meanies on that right side. As we've seen before, I'm not expecting any real issue on how that's going to get handled. Yeah, they're moving slow enough. They can get dealt with pretty quickly. We haven't seen a lot of economy upgrades on the left side for CreaperKiler and Cow. They've kind of stayed where they're at, whereas PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha on the right side have been doing a lot of work trying to get good ratios or try to min-max or whatever is exactly going on over there. I'm still predicting a Monkeyopolis out of that monkey village, and there we go. So now all that room gets cleared. All the production is still there from the way I understand it. But now everything kind of just flows. So now he has the ability to put 5-6 more farms down if he so wanted. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I wonder what the second... I wonder if the second monkey village that was placed by PyroMusical on the right side is actually helping the attack speed, quote-unquote attack speed, of that first monkey village, or the Monkeyopolis or whatever. Massive waves of all kinds of nonsense on the right side. Oh man. A few more DDTs a little faster. I think that might have been it for PyroMusical. That was really close. PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. Left side looking pretty good. Monkey Village leveling up. I think that was a 520. Lots of really good upgrades for the primary monkeys. Another super monkey on the right side. 2 super monkeys on the right side. Are we going to see the same loadout? Are we still going to see the Dark Knight sort of a thing? A ninja. Okay, we're going to see a Sun Temple on the right side. I predict the Sun Temple going to happen. So we see a maxed out ninja. We're going to see a few other maxed out characters that are going to boost the Sun Temple to very high levels. Okay, CreaperKiler and Cow on the left side here. Looking for Overcharge, I believe. Or Overclock? Overclock is pretty amazing. It's going to allow you to increase the whatever speed of anything that you use it on. Ultra Clock, Ultra Charge, Super Hams. I don't remember what it's called. Okay, so you have a maxed out ninja. Where we should also see a maxed out military. Yep, and we're going to see a bomb launcher right there. Yep. So the way in which the Sun Temple works is it sacrifices all the monkeys nearby. I think it counts to 50,000 monies. But you need a monkey of each type. So basic monkey or primary monkey, military monkey, magic monkey, and support monkey. I believe is how that works to get the full benefit. So, okay. I think that does it for that. On the left side, we're starting to see some aircraft. That looks like the Spectre gunship upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. Was that 004? I want to say it's a 004. Big Purple. So PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha have just hit wave 100. I don't think they're going to have an issue with this. We're just going to be patient, wait and see. Yep, that took care of that. I love the Spectre gunship. The aircraft in this game is a beautiful addition, in my opinion. It's super, super good. It's not overpowered, I don't believe. It's expensive to get going on, but it is worth. Oh man, those ceramic DDTs on the right. They are just moving. PyroMusical able to hold it down without too much issue. Everything's looking really good. Okay, so engineer monkeys. Gonna get them upgraded. If I read the wiki and I understand the wiki right, it's aiming for $50,000 worth of upgrades in each of the tiers. So keep an eye on that right side. Left side, yeah, what is that level of the Spectre gunship? Omega gunship? Alpha gunship? Crazy gunship? I don't even know. Things are moving pretty darn smoothly for both these players. Gosh, I don't know how to commentate this because I'm watching this all for the first time and I'm just spellbound. That right side looks like a danger zone. And it handled it pretty darn well. A couple of economic upgrades on that left side. I think we see a monkey Wall Street. I think that was there before. No, that must be new because I'm now starting to see their lives tick up. So that's a good sign. At this stage of the game, honestly, life acquisition is kind of a who cares. Because what happens is anything that gets past is going to deal way more than the 100, 200, 500, whatever lives these guys could rack up. Okay, we just saw Sun Temple. Just saw Sun Temple out of PyroMusical, and there we go. There's the sacrifice. So, I think that's everything? Or did he miss the engineers? Oh, okay. So this thing has flaming scimitars. It has the fire blast. I don't see 2 or 3 of the upgrades I would have thought I would have seen in a fully maxed out Sun Temple, but that's okay. Left side, CreaperKiler and Cow doing a very excellent job maintaining everything. There's so much cash that's been invested in each of these loadouts and everything, and all the economy and everything. It's kind of crazy. It's really kind of crazy. Yeah, I thought the Sun Temple, when it's fully maxed out, would have like a Spectre gunship of its own. I call it a Spectre gunship because I played a lot of Command & Conquer Generals, and that's a unit in that game. So that's kind of where I'm getting the gunship. I think it's just called Spectre. Left side looking really... Okay. I looked at the right side because I wanted to see more of this temple. I looked at the left side and they almost lost everything. Things are moving dicey. So now the line got almost to the end on that left side. So now there's going to have to be a bit of rework. I think. A little bit of addition. So we're not seeing any action right now. I'm assuming both players are chit-chatting back and forth. Yeah, when I get the video, I don't get any of the audio. I've asked players to just not give me the audio because I don't really need it. We have the beautiful Bloons Tower Defense music, and we have my commentary, which is also beautiful. Oh, and you probably heard that. My cat wants to say hi. Jax, if you could chill. Plenty of gunship action over here on the left side. New Monkey Village. We're going to see another Sun Temple getting built. You have to be careful because I think Sun Temples can swallow each other, like absorb each other. So you have to be a little careful. Yeah, the Sun Temple absolutely is quite the expensive investment. Definitely a late, mid-late game, whatever structure. Definitely requires the investment. So you have to economy up pretty crazy in order to make that work. It will not... You can't be like, hey, I'm going to aim for the Temple of the True Sun God or whatever it's called right at the beginning. You just don't have the economic backbone for it. Sun Temple, I think itself is like 80k or something. Literally 80,000 monies. And then all the ramp up you have to do to get it to its top level is also pretty crazy expensive. The helicopters have matured on the left side to 4XX, I'll say, or 400. We can see with the markings on those Apache Dart ships, I believe they're called. On the right side, that temple is just annihilating everything. And we're seeing all the surrounding monkeys starting to get their promotions to act as venerable sacrifices. Yeah, a second sun temple is just going to be ridiculous. But we're going to see that pretty soon on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. On the left side here, Sniper Monkey. 402. That really helps with the Moab MAME. Acts as a little bit of a stun for Moab class balloons. So that works out really well. Oh, we're starting to see a little bit of the economy gain here with the Elite Sniper and the supply drop. That's not bad money. The Elite Sniper actually helps all other snipers with their attack speed. So that works out pretty dope. Gosh, everything is moving so fast. Like, both these teams are very competent in how this is going down. Excuse me. They're just rinsing everything before it gets very far into the field. And the problem is, the balloons are starting to move very fast, so it's hard for me to commentate because I don't even know what's being attacked with. Lost my voice for a second there, excuse me. Round 123 on the left, round 115 on the right. More snipers. Snipers are my favorite, honestly. They're just a lot of fun to just have. Changing to elite targeting for the sniper monkeys. Having a 050 sniper allows you elite targeting. Elite targeting is interesting. I think if I understand it correctly, it'll aim for strongest. And then what'll happen is if something's getting too close to the very end of the line, it'll just switch to first. And then it'll switch back to strong. So that's what elite does. At least if I understand that correctly, that's how that works. I could be completely wrong. Two purple boys on the right side. Absolutely annihilated with that second Sun Temple. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I have no idea when this is going to end. Meaning, I don't have in my mind what the next true stopping point is. Realistically, when it came to it, when we were playing it originally, for the first 50 or 60 waves, I have a pretty good schematic in my head. Like, wave 40 is the first Moab. And then every 20 rounds later is when we're going to get another new big guy, right? Or more of the same, but it's going to be a lot heavier. So those are kind of the early deciding factors. I guess I thought these guys were going to get far, but I didn't expect this far. We're going to see another Super Monkey loadout here on the right side for PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha. Sorry for my voice, I got hiccups all of a sudden. So now I wonder where CreaperKiler and Cow are going to go next. It feels like more aircraft is the order of business with the Spectre gunship. That seems to be working very well. It hits anything on the screen. It's good and it's reliable. Like snipers, mortars, helicopters, aircraft. These things can hit anywhere on the map. Now granted, snipers need line of sight, but they're not limited by range, just line of sight. When this tournament started, or at least this round started, I said that even though PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha lost some lives, I wasn't willing to call them out. And I still am not willing to call them out. I still don't really know who's going to emerge victorious out of this. However, if I had to throw money into a bin, I would say PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha on the right side because of how much they're ramping up Sun God. True Sun God, Temple Man. No idea. On the left side, though, I am really appreciating seeing a strong diversity in armaments, right? Every monkey brings an ability to the table, which is cool. It's difficult to just mono a single type of monkey, but this is playing out pretty darn well. Yeah, I couldn't tell you when this is going to end. 140? 150? 300? I have no idea. But yeah, we're gonna see. I'm literally so excited. I'm biting my nails. Like I'm at this. Like I'm in it, right? I don't know who's gonna win. This is the first time I'm seeing both of these. The commentary could not be any more fresh. I'm not reading a script. I'm just talking and talking, as you might be able to figure out. So the Sun Temples are also producing money. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea how that works. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy. Round 132 on the left, round 127 on the right. Supply drops, a second monkey, Sun Temple Tower thing. Oh my gosh. Now, the interesting thing about this is the Sun Temple can't detect camo, so you do need a way for it to detect camo. Oh my gosh, I can talk. More helicopters on the left, or more aircraft on the left, I should say. We're building up another monkey tower, monkey temple. Gosh, this is nuts. Call me easily impressed or whatever, but I am absolutely ecstatic with how this has panned out. The sun temples are so heavy on the right side, stuff's not even entering the field. I love how much just absolute ammunition is being dumped into the battlefield on that left side. So we're starting to see overclock from one of the engineers. Again, it's going to give a permanent boost. I believe it's maxed out as a 0.52. Honestly, I would have loved to have seen a Dartling gunner. I think that would have been a really nice addition, but I can understand why it's not used. Chinook on the right side. Supply Chinook is another neat way to gain a little bit of lives. Also, the support Chinook has an ability to move monkeys about. So things are moving very well for both sides. If I had to throw money in a hat, again, I'll just say I think PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha are going to have this just because the Sun Temples and the even earlier economy. Again, I think they started their economy round 7 or something ridiculous. Those ceramic DDTs on the left are really getting aggressive. CreaperKiler and Cow doing a pretty solid job keeping them at bay. Yeah, those things are hard to beat. They are not fun to fight at all. Round 139 on the left, 134 on the right. Crit, 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 crit. That's all I'm seeing. Just all the crits. Purple guy on the left side here. Gotta pay attention to that. Okay. Okay, so that made it about halfway. 2 or 3 of those could be very, very problematic. So what's going to have to happen here is some sort of a re-up. Oh, massive switch over for cash. Okay. Looks like it was handled all right, but a quick change of cash like that can indicate that one player needs to just shove all the resources and the other player's got to just spam some upgrades or something. Like you're in a panic mode when you're doing that. At least that's the way I'm understanding the situation. Is that a 4th? I lost track how many freaking Sun Temples is going on the right side. The left side, this parade, though, this could be really bad. The only way I can tell that anything's really happening on the right side, aside from the Sun Temples, is how absolutely ape crap that Chinook is going. This Air Force on the left side, CreaperKiler and Cow, it's dialed in on anything that's Moab, blue, or whatever. It's just getting annihilated. Look at all that sun nonsense on the right. Holy craps. I don't have any good commentary, like, at this juncture. I don't know what these guys could be doing differently. I think they're doing all the right stuff. Alchemist monkeys, monkey villages, a lot of stuff to augment each other and everything as the monkeys are working their way together and everything. But aside from that, like, I don't have, like, a good, like, hey, man, core strat, you're missing this one thing. What might be helpful is maybe some glue gunners. Some glue gunners might be cool. Slow down the assault. Or maybe stuff that could kick these balloons back to start. So the ninja monkey has distraction. The wizard monkey has like a tornado thing. I don't think the druid has anything. But there's a couple of monkeys that could just push balloons back to start. And that might be a really cool thing. Just something to buy more time. We're going to see a 5th Sun Temple on the right. Holy gosh. Our first Super Monkey on the left. Wow. They found a pixel in all of that. That's incredible. Okay, so what are we going to see on the left side here? Is that going to turn into a Sun Temple? Is that just going to be a Dark Knight? I wonder what that's going to turn into. I didn't see any upgrades, I don't think, out of that Super Monkey on the left. Oh, this could be bad. This could be bad. That's a lot of BS. That's a lot of BS. Oh man, how's this gonna pan? Okay. Doing a good job clearing on that left side. I'm afraid if that wave was moving faster, it might be over for CreeperKiler and Cow. They have stocked up a fair amount of lives. 413. That's not bad. Again, that's not going to save them from a DDT clipping through, but it's a nice little extra insurance boost. Boost. Round 144 on the left, 142 on the right. CreeperKiler and Cow taking a little bit of time figuring out what they want to do with this wave. Yep, 5th Sun Tower on the right. Okay, let's check this out. Yeah, Super Monkey hasn't been changed or upgraded or anything. More druids on the right side for PyroMusical. That makes sense. He's already got the loadout all set up and everything. So actually 004 is what adds to the attack speed, I believe, for the druid. The Pop Lust. Oh, that purple. That purple on the left. Oh, I don't know if they've got enough stuff to... Oh, okay. That felt like that was a threshold moment, and that was close. Big purple meanies, a whole parade of jerks on the right side. But there is so much Sun Temple nonsense. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem for a while. Okay, left side. Pay attention, left side here. Those purples are getting way, way too far. Oh, the DDTs, yep. Those black speedsters, just... And that's it. Oof, 146. 146 is a level to beat. So PyroMusical is either going to falter before 146, making it a loss for him and his team with BlueOceanGacha, or they will beat round 146. The ticker in the upper right will say 147. Then they'll count this as a big W for this round. CreeperKiler and Cow won the first round. And if PyroMusical and BlueOceanGacha win this one, they tie it up and they'll go another round. Because again, it's a best of 3 tournament. So we're going to have to just see how this pans out. The next 3-4 minutes, we'll know exactly how the rest of this match is going to pan. $146, so this is it. PyroMusical's not having, and BlueOceanGacha are not having any real issue with this. There's so much artillery on the field with these sun temples. And that's it. Yep, I see it, 147. It went so fast I wasn't even watching, or I didn't even notice, but okay. PyroMusical, BlueOceanGacha, they'll move on. We'll have another best of 3 match here, and that's going to be that. So, thanks for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.